Yeah.
What were you saying? We're talking about the win trophy.
I think it was you who said this on a stream, but I might be wrong, that every casino in Vegas should have a trophy that looks like their casino.
Yeah, that was me.
So you
I
can
think you
collect the
should be able to
strip.
collect the strip.
Yeah.
And it would make me play in the dustiest, worst casinos if I was trying to complete the set.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
It's like, oh, Circus Circus has a $60 daily and a Circus Circus trophy. I'll be there every day.
I imagine there's a lot of competition and ego battles between casino owners, but if they could all come together for this one
million.
small thing,
Yep. That'd be great.
really, yeah, that'd be nice.
Scott raising the button, king through spades. Robert calling with king 9 of diamonds. And Edward with the ace 7 offsuit, squeezing to 11.5.
Has Scott already folded, I assume?
It feels that way, just the camera on Robert.
Yeah.
I also don't think that Scott would be tanking with king 3 suited for
I
this
didn't
long.
think so. Robert's
got a pretty nice hit. Oh, no, Scott's
Oh, Scott is in the tanks.
considering. Oh, my God.
Oh, let's go,
Yes.
Scott.
Wow. Very nice, Scott.
This is such great timing. You know what I love about this?
Everything.
Yeah.
But what else?
No, I'm done. That's just you. I can't beat what you just said, so it's everything. No, it's just if he imagines that Edward uses some random ace as his blocker when squeezing light here, then a suited king is a great hand to shove. Because when it's called, it has some equity. Like, it's not doing that badly against pocket queens. But you unblock all of your opponent's bluffs. Maybe not like ace 3 offsuit, but hands like ace 7 offsuit.
Scott also described himself as a exploitative field player a couple times, and here it is. Just getting a feeling of, okay, I think Edward might be over it a little bit, might be looking for a spot a little bit, and chooses a good combo and just sends it.
Maybe he picked something up in the live till category. You know, I don't know what he's got going on.
Do you think Edward could really be considering this after committing about 11? He's committing
I would guess
quarter
no.
of his chips.
This seems like a pretty big torch, considering the other player at the table has a similar stack. I think. I don't know. This would be kind of a crazy call.
Lets it go. Well played, Scott. Earned that one.
I think Robert has something like 55,000, or sorry, 55 million. In which case, you're still relatively close. Man, Scott is just obliterating this table right now.
Oh, shit, sorry. It's close. Very, very close. Ace 7 hours or something. Had to be real close.
Wait, what? Did you just say the ace 7-0?
I don't know. Did he say what his hand was?
It's actually a call.
He said it's close, and then Scott said the
Sorry,
ace 7-0 or something. It has to be
No
real
way.
close.
It's all right.
Bro.
We didn't have a break. It was an hour and a half ago.
It wasn't. It just seems like it because
No, I didn't use the restroom. I hung out with him.
I used to do a little bit of coaching for cash. And one of the rules I had for people was calling a check raise on any street sucks. Because on the river, oh, hold on. I'm going to hold that because we have two massive hands here. Oh my God, this could actually be it.
Yeah, with Robert limping button, I imagine he's going to be limp jamming.
What do we see? Well, 4.8.
You'd have to expect a hand of his
Yes,
strength to limp jam.
Scott goes 4.8. I think this might be the 4th time Scott has had queens.
You could be right.
It's crazy. Robert, I'm thrilled to be limp jamming this against an aggressive opponent who's going to be Raising a decent amount, I think.
All in.
Yeah, I mean,
Goes
you're
all
even
in.
even if you get snapped, you're somewhat happy. Like your opponent just raise calls ace-8 suited, for instance.
Yep. Robert gets the bad news that
Kinda plays
Scott
himself.
has
It really
queens.
plays itself.
Well, if I
Wow,
raise and
this
you-
is
if-
just
if-
over.
if you
Scott's the
raise-
winner 71% of the time. The rail doing a lot of work here.
If Scott Stewart can hold, he is going to have his name etched on the Mike Sexton Champions Cup. Takes home that shiny win. Ton of money. See a flop. Oh, an ace.
Oh,
Oh, ace, king, 9. 2 diamonds. Robert now way ahead. 91% have 62 million to be right back in this.
let's get a little jack on the turn. Make it interesting.
7 of clubs. It's going to have to be one of those 2 queens if Scott Stewart wants to take this thing down right now.
Let's get a little paint on the river. Make it interesting.
Deuce, the ultimate brick on the river. And Robert, 3 outs his way back into this tournament. Scott can't be too pleased. He could taste the victory.
Yeah, it's actually a little tough sometimes to bounce back from something like that. You obviously have a big chip lead still. You're in great position, but just knowing you had a chance to seal it, I don't know. That always hurts.
Especially when you have a hand that good, pocket queens. You just feel like, I deserve this.
No.
Where is your name? Do you know exactly where it's located on the cup? You do.
They actually put mine on the bottom.
It's underneath.
They said that this was
Oh
a
my
oh
gosh.
no.
Wow. Unbelievable cooler. Pocket kings versus pocket queens. Heads up
Oh my god.
for a WPT World Championship title. Unbelievable.
I know we said this could be it when we saw ace jack versus queens, but this could really be it. The only way we don't see an all-in here is if Scott decides to trap his hand and the flop brings something like an ace-high board.
Sure.
But the way this is played so far, I just think Scott's going to fast play this hand.
So they're calling
Oh,
chips.
he does call. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Ace, queen, 6, 2 diamonds.
Scott just saved his tournament by calling. Or I guess not
Unbelievable.
because he covers, but
Limits the damage for sure. Set of queens for Robert. Going for value, 5 million.
this is insane. The fact that Scott just called and the queen comes with an ace so he can
Crazy.
potentially get away. What a sequence of events.
5 of hearts on the turn. Two flush draws out there. What sizing do you think Robert should take?
I don't. I try not to get too into the weeds and just go somewhat geometric. So maybe something like 22, 23. Maybe 20 works. And then jam river for like 50.
Looks like 19?
I'm gonna settle on 21, Jamie.
19.
Wow, Robert. Look at, we are simpatico, buddy. Oh my god, he just
Wow, it just saves himself.
in an hour, Stu is going to be so happy to find out what Robert had.
That's really sick.
He thinks he just let his opponent in with some ace. But realistically, he just saved probably his tournament. I mean, he would have had, what, 60 million or something?
See you later, Rob.
It's been quite a swingy battle, heads up. We've seen the play just absolutely rapid pace. And it hasn't even really slowed down heads up. It's just been a seesaw sort of situation.
Robert raises the 5 deuce of diamonds. Scott defends queen 6 of clubs.
I hope everyone out there is ready to lock in because we could be here for quite a while. Ooh.
6-3 deuce. Robert flopping bottom pair and a gut shot. Scott with top pair.
Certainly see some bets go in here.
Turn is a 3. $7 million from Scott.
It's a nice, healthy bet.
Yeah, too much of a hand for Robert, though, to want to go anywhere.
Yeah, you don't really check this hand back to not continue on the turn, especially on the offsuit 3 turn.
King of spades. Flush completes.
King of Spades is an interesting card because, yeah, flush gets there, so some of Scott's turn bluffs become a very strong hand. Probably not a lot of kings in Scott's range. He'd check those quite a bit because they can win at showdown occasionally. He could bet something like King 4, King 5 sometimes. But he might also check those hands quite a bit.
$12 million for Scott. Not targeting a ton of hands, but the hand that Robert has may just pay.
Absolutely. Maybe trying to find some hero call out of ace high, that sort of thing. Pocket 5s, pocket 4s. Like you said, now that he chops with a 6, which most 6s aren't checking back. Very nice by Scott. Getting all the value.
Unless I've misread my hands, man.
Did you say he misread his hand?
No, he said you win unless I misread. Yeah.
He's like, oh no, we're having problems over here with the chip denominations and cards now.
I mean, if he misread his hand, he played it about exactly the way he would want to play his hand. So
Just a joke, I guess, then. Just worried about him, you know. I'm like, we might need some glasses to see whatever.
It's such a different game when you go from 3-handed, especially when you weren't the big stack, to heads up because all of a sudden you can just check raise as wide as you want for value. There's no ICM constraints anymore. You can run thin value bets, lots of bluffs, thin call downs.
And Scott getting after it now. Turning one of his worst hands with very low playability into a raise to 11 million.
Robert looks like he's going nowhere.
He's in great shape, 10-9, dominating the 9 deuce of Scott in this now inflated pot. Ace, queen, 10. 2 diamonds. Bottom pair for Robert, backdoor diamonds. However, Scott being the pre-flop raiser, his board looks pretty good for him. Might take 2 barrels, though.
Just might. Also going to be a little difficult for Scott to find a second barrel, unless the turn is something like an 8. Just based on the fact that he has to put a large percent of his chips in the pot. That's also not a turn card that Robert's going to be looking to fold on.
4 of diamonds. Robert picking up the 9 high flush draw to go along with his pair.
Looks like Stu may give it up here, and I might be wrong. Oh, this was unexpected. similar to what we talked about before. This almost feels like a bet size and kind of look from Scott that makes Robert make a decision on the turn. Although he has the hand that doesn't need to make a decision on the turn. You can just call and, wow, he does though. He folds.
Wow, Scott gets away with one.
That was massive.
Clawing his way back, 74 million.
To get a pair and a flush draw to fold there is kind of wild.
Started telling that story pre-flop with the raise to 11 million. I guess the ace high board just favors him a lot. And
Yeah, I mean, certainly all of those things are true, but at the same time, even if Robert doesn't have the best hand,
he's got potential to still make it, yeah.
Yeah, against ace jack, he has 15 outs or something, 14 outs. That's a lot. That's like a third of the deck.
At the WPT World Championship at Wynn, Las Vegas.
Despicable Knee is back.
Oh, yeah?
Despicable Knee.
I know, I saw that.
Great name. They said, at this rate, it will turn into the 2025 championship.
Wow.
7.
You're not wrong. It only has to go on for what?
8 more days?
Is that it?
I don't know what day it is. I feel like I live here now.
Yeah. 10 more days, I guess.
Okay.
You do kind of live here now, don't you?
Feels like it, yeah. Jack 9-9, 2 diamonds and a heart. Backdoor flush draws for both.
Robert flicking it in. He's got some backdoor straight draws. Diamond. King high could be good, of course. Ooh, that's a card that Scott may give up on. Yeah. Oh. Looks like Robert's just going to bluff. Quite large. This is nice. So Scott's essentially calling 20 to win half of the pot, which means he's getting a way worse price than normal since he knows he's only chopping at best. And Robert can have a lot of jacks here. Probably plays nearly every jack this way that calls pre-flop. He can also have a 9. This is a frustrating run out if you're Scott. Because even if you feel like your opponent doesn't have it, it's just a bad price to be chopping.
On.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
That is very nice.
So sick.
That's also a terrifying bet to make because if your opponent has a jack or a 9, they're not folding.
Yeah, this is scary.
Hats off to Scott for finding this. This was really nice stuff.
Wow, it's just a really sick play.
Yeah, great hand by Scott. You show it? It looks like he slammed the hand over. I don't know. Bro, this guy on the rail is doing so much work. He deserves a trophy as well.
I can't imagine that level of energy
Yeah.
at this point in the night.
Oh, yeah.
For the people in Las Vegas, where are you guys meeting these guys after they finish the tournament? There's a party somewhere. Oh, wow. Kings versus sixes. We are not very deep right now.
Scott raises kind of large.
Yeah, it goes a hair over min raise.
Does this incentivize Robert to call more because he interprets the bigger bet as a stronger hand? Or does he just...
All
I'm
in.
sorry.
Oh
we're
my
at 4K
gosh.
big blind. Wow.
All in and a call. Snap. This is for nearly all of it. If Scott can hold, Robert is left with about 2 big blinds.
The blinds just went up, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's so sick for Robert that this hand happens after the blinds go up. If they're 40 blinds deep, he might just call. I don't know. I'm not saying he should, but the way he's been playing, he might have called.
Such a reversal of fortunes over the last 30 minutes.
That was crazy.
Scott Stewart was down to about 30 million, pulls close to even, and then this cooler out of nowhere. Could read it in Robert's face. This is just not how he planned it out.
I need about 350.
Flop is 10.
10, 5 deuce, 2 diamonds. Backdoor diamonds to go with Scott's kings.
That's a nice flop when you're sitting on kings. Wow, I can't believe all of a sudden this could just be basically it.
Turn card. Is a jack.
No additional outs for Robert.
He's going to need to pull one of the 2 sixes in the deck to become the WPT World Champion.
Wow.
Queen, that's not going to do it. They're going to get an accurate chip count, but it looks like Robert's going to be left with less than 2 big blinds.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable.
Scott. And you can thank yourself for that, buddy. Obviously, you just coolered your opponent, but you would not have all of the chips.
Exactly, that massive
You didn't
bluff,
find that bluff, yeah.
on the Jack 999 that I don't think many people can make. It's just a risky bluff.
Yeah.
He's got a dog on the rail, a beer in his hand. It does not get better than this.
The dog is bouncing. The people are cheering.
Unbelievable.
Corey and
comeback.
Conrad still on the wrong side of the rail. Shout out to them. They've probably identified their mistake, but at this point they're committed.
Robert Sherwood deserves better than this in this heads-up match. He really...
Yeah, he played his face off.
114-2. 114-2. 114-2.
It's just very deflating when you feel like everything's been going your way and then you just have a big hand matchup.
That was the
Yeah.
cooler, you know it. Just a cooler, dude.
Just shows how much it means to these players to win a WPT World Championship.
Absolutely.
It's very important.
That's an elite club that
Sure.
I'm in.
And Robert goes all in with King 10 in good shape right now against Scott Stewart's 10-8.
Yeah, I'm calling.
Note that I snuck that needle in
Oh,
with
I-
likely
oh,
not
I
enough
heard
time
it.
for you to have many counters.
No, 6.
That's what we call a hit and run in
6-9.
the commentary biz, Jamie.
8. 6,
10-8 offsuit versus King 10 over here.
Scott Stewart, 25% chance becoming a WPT World Champion right now.
Oh.
King
Oh,
8-7.
king 8-7.
No, sorry, it's rainbow.
I was like, why isn't the rail cheering? I see an 8.
Robert with a very good chance to get back in this. 17 million.
Chop it up.
Not
Seen
nothing.
people spin it up.
Okay, that'll
And
do
that'll
it.
do it.
All right, guys.
Step 1 complete.
It's a bad deck.
Could be the beginning of something beautiful for Robert.
Scott was not sitting on much more than this an hour ago.
Exactly.
And cold. All right, Rob. This is going to be the spin of a lifetime. You do it, brother. Let me tell you. It happens. Okay, let's think. 6 points. 13, 6 plus 4.
Word on the street is, Jamie, Stu has an essay.
I still kind of like United States. Sounds cute.
That was a great one. You say that was cute? Didn't you come up with that
Yeah,
one?
I like it.
That was a great one.
Scott jamming Jack 10. Robert in the big blind with 7-3 offsuit. Don't love it, but man, just a couple big blinds in your stack.
Yeah, he's posted the big blind ante, so now he's very short. 3.5 bigs.
Cold. Delicious.
Not a lot of folds
New.
here, but this might be one of the few. The upside to folding is Scott posts a big blind ante next time, so you're risking 9.6 to win more than you would expect.
I'm live.
So he's going with it. He says, I'm live. He's got some hope.
All right.
31% to get back in this.
You want to get the
But
right
if
count.
Scott can hold, he is our newest WPT world
I
champion.
guess you said that. I'm just a little all jacked up on Mountain Dew right now. 13-6.
King Jack 5. It's looking really good for Scott. 97% now to be our newest WPT champion.
How sick would this comeback be by Scott?
It's an amazing comeback. Everything was coming up Robert for 90 minutes straight or so. It really looked like he had it on lock.
That's it.
That's
Wow.
crazy how Scott Steward does it.
Unbelievable.
Amazingly well played by Robert Sherwood.
I'm just back and forth, man. That's how it was, you know. You played incredible.
Well done.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, the rail deserves this high energy this whole time. Love to see it. Scott Stewart, 2024 WPT World Champion.
And the dogs go nuts.
It's USA.
Oh my God. Congratulations to Scott Stewart.
$2.563 million. Just an incredible performance. Robert Sherwood, 2.2 million. Edward Pack, 2 million. Chris Mormon, 1.15. Ryan Yu, 875. And Christian Robert, 665. Just a huge event. All these players provide us entertainment all through the night. The chat, thank you so much for sticking with us through all of this till 1 a.m. Pacific. And had a great time. How about you, Jesse?
Oh my God. This has just become one of, if not my favorite event of the year. It's such a treat to sweat this one out front and center.
Yeah, we'd just like to say congratulations to Scott Stewart, our new WPT champion. And good night from us in Las Vegas.